Tonight from Fenway Park, the Red Sox welcome in the Toronto Blue Jays for a 4-game series. The Sox with a 3-game lead in the AL East after splitting the 4 games with the Yankees, and a talented starter returns to the rotation. Hi, everybody. Great to have you with us. Beautiful night for a ball game. I'm Dave O'Brien alongside the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. And Eduardo Rodriguez, the left-hander, is back in the fold as he starts game 1 here against Toronto. Could give the Red Sox a huge lift.
Well, the starting rotation has been pitching so well. To add him to it, it's probably one of the best rotations in the business. But he was throwing the ball so good before he got hurt. And he almost had to throw out the game that he gave up the 4 home runs to Baltimore. Look what he was doing before that. He was on his way to the All-Star game. I really thought that. And this kid has got so much talent. You know, one of the best young left-handers in the game. But the troubling part of this whole thing is that knee. I mean, it's been on and off with him. You know, started one spring training, didn't get out of spring training. And, you know, you think if he could get away from this knee problem, he could be one of the best left-handers in the game. But that remains to be seen. But the Red Sox starting rotation, you add him, they are special.
The Red Sox very excited to get Eduardo back, the 24-year-old left-hander, in game number 1. One thing the Red Sox have been really doing is throwing around the leather. That ricochet play by Pedroia is something else in Texas. And the Sox have been playing really outstanding defense. Probably no better catch you're going to see all year than that one last night, the robbery by Jackie against Aaron Judge and the Yankees. Announces the Spirit of Massachusetts trot Friday, July 28th, post time 4 p.m. Subaru of New England, supplying all-wheel drive vehicles with a passion for summer travels. And by Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. A superb night for a ball game. Last night, as we go to Jemai Webster, way out there in the triangle, we saw one of the great catches you will see in Major League Baseball all season long. Jemai, you are where home runs go to die into Jackie Bradley's glove.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Right here in the triangle, Dave. This is where it happened. And what made it that much more spectacular was the situation. It was the 8th inning, 1 out, 1 man on, and Aaron Judge just crushes a baseball, and Jackie Bradley goes up, makes a spectacular grab. And one of the guys who had probably the best view of anybody in the ballpark, that was Matt Barnes. He was warming up in the bullpen at the time, and we talked to him about describing exactly what he saw.
It was unbelievable. What that guy continues to do day in and day out, and catching balls and robbing homers and throwing people out and whatever. I mean, it's amazing. But yeah, I mean, Judge hit the ball, and to be honest with you, I didn't think it was. I thought it was a deep fly ball, but I didn't think it had a chance of getting out, especially being hit to the triangle. You know what I mean? I was like, and that ball's not stopping. And I was looking at the ball, and looking at Jackie, and looking at the ball, and looking at Jackie. And I was like, all right. And then I saw him jump, and he caught it, and I was like, oh. I was like, that was unbelievable. I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah, wow, really the only way you can describe that. Jackie says he talked to his parents afterwards, and his dad says, you know, it was a great catch, but nothing you do anymore really surprises me on the baseball diamond. So there's Dad's advice. But we got baseball tonight when they get ready to go at it against the Toronto Blue Jays in a 4-game series. It's Marcus Stroman on the mound for the Blue Jays. He'll be opposed by Eduardo Rodriguez, Dave O'Brien, Dennis Eckersley on the call when we come back.
Any McCafe Bakery muffin with any size hot or iced coffee, just $1.99. Infinity, empower the drive. Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball. And by KM Premium Franks, it's summer, let's grill. Fenway Park, game 1, first of 4 between the Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. And great to see the left-hander Eduardo Rodriguez back on the bump. 4-2 coming in with a .354 earned run average. It's been a while. Here's the Blue Jay lineup he'll take on, brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Jose Bautista has 16 home runs. He'll lead it off. Russell Martin catching, followed by Donaldson at third. Smoke at first base. He's having a big year with 24 homers. Morales the DH. Tulowitzki at short. Steve Pearson left field. Kevin Pillar the center fielder. And Darwin Barney is at second base and batting ninth. Red Sox starter presented by New England Audi dealers. Eduardo back on the hill for the first time since June 1st when he injured his knee while warming up in Baltimore in the bullpen.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. The Red Sox have made 57 errors in 93 games. Around the infield, Brock Holt at third, Bogarts at short, Dustin Pedroia at second, Mitch Moreland at first. Out in the outfield, Andrew Benintendi in left, Jackie Bradley Jr. in center, Mookie Betts in right. Behind the plate, Christian Vasquez catching Eduardo Rodriguez.
Here are the umpires, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Chris Siegel behind the plate. It's the first time we've seen him. Mike Everett at first, Jordan Baker at second, and Bruce Dreckman at third base. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Compra2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. And the weather is outstanding, 80 degrees. Just a bit of a breeze. Out to left field at 12 miles per hour, and no threat of rain tonight. Red Sox taking on another rival. Not quite the Yankees, but the Toronto Blue Jays. And they've had their way with Toronto this season. So far, 5-1 against them. All of those games have been in Toronto. John Gibbons, their manager. Many expected Toronto to move up in the standings for several weeks, but it really hasn't happened. Few signs that it will, too, at 42 and 49.
But they came back from an awful start, right? They couldn't get back to 500. One short, and then you see them now 7 underneath 500.
And 9 games back, last place with Baltimore. Bautista 233, 16 home runs though, and has long been a big fan of Fenway Park. Bounding ball behind third, but a foul ball.
I don't know exactly what we're going to get out of Rodriguez tonight. I mean, you just don't know. I mean, velocity wise, but I'll tell you, if he saw David Price pitch last night, I mean to tell you, and that he's kind of his protege, and the way that David Price pitched last night, as good as we've seen, I mean, he was pounding the ball inside.
The Red Sox all weekend got outstanding starting pitching. Gave up 1 earned run with those 3 guys, Price, Sale, and Porcello. Tried to hold up,
yes,
but that's a swing and a miss, and down he goes, strike 3. So Bautista fans one away.
We've seen that's how they go about getting a lot of hitters. You're just trying to show them that fastball, but he swings at it. Can't hold up. You know how many home runs he's hit in Fenway Park. This guy has been so dangerous. He's getting up there though. It's 36.
It's a nice return for Eduardo. Now goes after Russell Martin, the catcher. He's hitting just 230. He does have 9 home runs. Donaldson to follow him. They hit a lot of home runs.
That's a good hard cutter right there. We're going to see mostly, you know, we've seen him 2-pitch pitcher, right? Fastball, changeup, but that cutter makes him as good as he can be. He needs that 3rd pitch, and that cutter's a good one.
1-2. You know, for all the talk about which position the Red Sox might be interested in at the trade deadline, going into the trade market tonight, they get a major lift with his return. Back to a rotation. He was pitching in prior to June 1st. He suffered that subluxation of his right knee, a line drive and a base hit. Jackie Bradley to cut that in the gap, and a solid single by Martin. Becomes the first Blue Jay to reach tonight. Time now for the Unlimited Baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. Looking back at the Red Sox starters, the last 3 games against the Yankees, and every one of them with a strong start. Of course, Porcello took the loss, but 6 innings. Did not allow more than 1 earned run and didn't walk anybody.
I mean, they've got it going on, and you know Pomerantz has done his job too. But Price last night was as good as we've ever seen him. I think, velocity-wise, he pitched so aggressive last night.
107 pitches, and got the win against the Yankees, and Red Sox became the first team to shut out the Yankees this season. There's Josh Donaldson hitting .254 with 9 homers.
Oh.
And that one got the umpire, and the bat went flying as well, and down goes Chris Siegel. And the trainers are running out. And the other umpires are coming out telling him to stay down. The bat got him.
The backswing, and he let it go. Donaldson, the complete backswing, and it caught him at the back of the head. Look at this. He lost the bat, and it hit him. Oh my goodness, right in the top of the back of the head. I mean, he has no protection. It's not like the catcher has that helmet on. He just has a hat.
That's the longest backswing I think I've ever seen. I've never seen an umpire hit with a bat like that.
Yeah, it's one thing the catcher getting hit, right?
Yeah, they get it all the time, but not the umpire, not the man standing behind him.
I mean, he doesn't have a helmet on.
Masai Takahashi attending to him from the Red Sox side. Oh, it's nice to see him smile. We were just talking about the fact we had not seen Chris before. He's one of the young umpires. Umpires have a vacation rotation. They also rotate into the replay control room in New York, and this is the first time we've seen Chris Siegel. He just got drilled.
I'll tell you what, you should have a helmet on if you're an umpire. And that doesn't happen very often, but when it does, you have no protection. Got a hat on. That's
another argument for some umpires to be wearing those hockey style
helmets.
Those those goalie helmets.
He lets go of this bat. Look at that.
Yeah, he's up, and he's going to hang in there. And joking about it.
They want to make sure he's all right. I mean, he's laughing, but
I think that's a good way to go. Find out if his sense of humor is intact, you know, and then
not what day it is.
Everything else is gravy, right?
Yeah.
If you can laugh about it. On a foul ball off the bat of Donaldson, and the bat goes flying on the back swing and nails him. You heard Josh Donaldson, as a classy gesture there, saying, you know, are you okay?
He said, well, hang on to your bat.
And the 0-1 pitch. He does stand very deep in the box. I think the next thing you'd be is a little bit gun shy about it, wouldn't you? Especially a guy who stands so deep. Like, am I going to get hit again? But you can't worry about that. Got to concentrate on the pitches, and it's 0-2 on Donaldson. Martin on at first base, just getting started here in the first inning, no score. Donaldson just 1 for 13 against Erod. Rodriguez missed 39 games with that subluxation of the right knee. That's a dislocation of the kneecap. Did make 3 minor league starts. His last one for the Paw Sox, he was very good. 6 1/3, 1 run, no walks. He fanned 7. Line foul.
It's hard to keep that cutter fair. It's a little dangerous down that line, too. Well, we've seen all of his pitches already the first inning. Velocity decent, 93.
Throwing strikes, 11 pitches, 9 strikes. And going for the K of Donaldson. Just off at 87 with the changeup.
Fairly hard changeup. He has a tendency to throw it a little hard.
Donaldson's had a tough season. The former MVP has been banged up, hasn't played in many games. 254, just the 9 home runs. And foul tipped into the mid and held by Vasquez. He struck him out, and there are 2 away.
Well, he follows up that changeup with some high gas out of the strike zone, and he gets him chasing again. They're doing him a favor upstairs. That ball's hot enough to get by him. Kind of a funny spin there by the way he holds it, real late, cross seamer.
Here comes Smoke now, and he's having a big year for them at 290 with 24 home runs, 58 RBIs. He just checked with Siegel, the home plate ump, to see if he was okay.
Starting first baseman in the All-Star game, Smoke. What a turnaround year he's had.
4th in the American League in slugging, 6th in home runs, 7th in OPS. And Rodriguez with the 1-0. He won't chase it. You gotta love the manager of the Toronto club, John Gibbons. He is never one to mince words. He said before the series began, he said, really, the way we've been playing in all phases of the game, we're where we should be at 9 games out. And the 2-0 moves him back to make it 3-0 on Smoke.
Smoke is just so much more disciplined. Hasn't struck out that much. What, 68 strikeouts with those home runs? He's getting a pitch to hit, and then he takes advantage of it. Hitting about 380 off left-handers.
Taking all the way and right down the heart at 93. Kendrys Morales would hit next. He's had a pretty solid year himself with 17 home runs. And a 3-1 to the dangerous Smoke. And that's ball 4. So first and second with 2 down for Morales, the designated hitter. Stay on top of the latest Red Sox news with NESN's free text alerts. From breaking news to in-game alerts, NESN will make sure you're in the know. To sign up, just text Red Sox to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. Morales at 252 with the 17 home runs. He's been trouble against lefties, hitting .316 against them. He's a switch hitter. And Rodriguez trying to get out of the first inning unscathed. Big cut and a foul back for a strike.
Well, he's late right there.
He's 2 for 10 against Eduardo in his career. Martin at second and Smoke at first. And a 1-strike pitch from the left-hander from Venezuela. 0-2.
Just letting it go. We've gotten a lot of that from the starting pitchers. 0-2 in a heartbeat, especially Sale. He's got everybody 0-2.
And then 0-3. Two down on the 2-strike pitch. Just a little bit high. Didn't miss by much. Blue Jays coming in 10 games below 500 against the American League East. So that's been their major problem inside the division. They're not getting it done. Shot into left field, driving Benintendi back. It's over his head. It's going to be high off the monster. Martin is in to score. Here comes Smoke. They're going to wave him in. Jackie Bradley's throw. Here's the tag. Oh, he left it behind, and both runs score. Morales strikes with a 2-run double off the Green Monster. 2-0 Toronto.
Well, Rodriguez gets lucky here. He doesn't get that fastball in far enough to Morales, and he almost takes this ball out of the ballpark. Didn't get all of it. Didn't sound all that great, but you see where it landed. About 3/4 of the way off the wall. You see Smoke coming around third base, and look at Bradley just airs it out a little off right there, but I don't know if he would have held that ball, whether or not he would have been out there. Smoke, I don't think so, but this is a great throw by Jackie at left center field. Yeah, I think he would have been safe even if he would have held on.
I think so. 17 doubles for Morales. So Rodriguez gives up 2 quick ones, and here's Tulowitzki, who's the 6th man to hit here in the first inning, hitting .244 with 7 homers. He's had an underwhelming season. On base percentage just 29%.
This is just not the same player that he was in Colorado. He helped them to the playoffs there a couple of years ago, but a lot of injuries.
So the Red Sox behind quickly here in the top of the first inning in game 1 with the Blue Jays. Nothing in 2. The Red Sox, of course, will closely monitor Rodriguez's knee because he suffered that partial dislocation not once but 3 times now, including spring training 2016 and again in winter ball in Venezuela. And of course on June 1st while warming up in the bullpen in Baltimore. So something the Red Sox are trying to solve. Right now Eduardo trying to get out of the first inning. This was very odd because he was warming up. So we really didn't have a camera on him. Had to quickly pan to him as he tumbled down. There was a lot of concern at that point, but Eduardo clearly knew what he had done because he had done it before, and he wanted to continue.
The thing just gave out. I mean, that's scary. You know, that's his plant foot. And he went out there and pitched, and everybody was wondering, is he going to pitch or what? And didn't pitch very well, gave up 4 home runs.
Rattle of Bogarts with a one-hander, had a little trouble getting it out, but makes the play in time to retire the side. But Rodriguez roughed up as he gives up a couple of runs. Red Sox coming up down 2-0. I'm Brad Pearson of the Red Sox. Here's the Red Sox lineup. Brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts in right field, followed by Dustin Pedroia at second. Xander Bogaerts at shortstop. He's trying to get it going, so is Mitch Moreland. Hanley Ramirez, the DH. Andrew Benintendi hitting out of the 6th spot, followed by Jackie Bradley, Christian Vazquez, and Brock Holt in the starting lineup for the first time in a while. And it'll be up against Marcus Stroman, making his 19th start. 9-5, a 3.28 ERA.
Toronto defense tonight, they've made 57 errors in 91 games. See around the infield, Josh Donaldson at third, Tulowitzki at short, Darwin Barney at second, Justin Smoke at first. Out in the outfield, Steven Pearson left, Kevin Pillar in center, Jose Batista in right. Behind the plate, Russell Martin catching Marcus Stroman.
Stroman 4-2 lifetime against the Red Sox, but with a high ERA of 5.07. He does have a 2-0 lead.
He's got serious movement on that fastball. Talk about a two-seamer with some serious movement. Sinker slider.
And a live fastball. He gets a lot of ground balls.
He's a ground ball machine.
Mookie with a 2-run homer last night, chops this one to deep short. Tulowitzki has to get rid of him in a hurry. Got it in plenty of time to first base for the out. And Dustin Pedroia will be next. The Red Sox, after a grueling weekend split with the Yankees, sit 3 full games clear of Tampa Bay, 3.5 in front of the Yankees. Red Sox had that string of 24 consecutive scoreless innings between the last 13 innings of the marathon Saturday and the 3-0 game 1 loss on Sunday before finally getting the Mookie Betts 2-run homer on Sunday. John Farrell was talking about maybe changing up the lineup a little bit for this series.
Like you said before, we were talking, batting third is Bogarts tonight again, and that to me is, what are you going to do with the third slot? Meanwhile, he's 10 for 20 off of Stroman, so you don't do that tonight.
Pedroia hitting .307, trying to go up the middle, has a chance. Tulowitzki with a bare hand and a really smooth play. 2 up, 2 down.
2 nice plays there by Tulo. 1 in the hole, and he makes that ball coming in, charging in on, just makes it easy. See the bare hand here. Once he bare hands it, he's got more than enough time to throw out Pedroia.
Now, Toronto has not been playing very good defense really all season long. Made a lot of errors lately, but Tulowitzki is solid as they come.
We got some mound presence out there with Stroman. You know he's out there. Very confident kid.
All of 5'8".
Yeah, he is confident though.
Xander Bogaerts pretty confident against him, as you mentioned, Deck. A .500 career average for Bogaerts against Stroman. He's 10 for 20. Frankly, right now, Xander needs somebody like this, because his batting average has dipped below 300 for the first time in a while.
He'll get hot again. He'll start throwing things into right field. Next thing you know, he'll get 3 here, 3 there. That's how it is with him. He gets hot.
"19 of his last 31 hits have come with 2 strikes. And it's 1-2 on him here. Ricocheted off the catcher.
Martin sitting way outside.
Chili Davis looking for the number 3 hitter to catch fire again. Xander went 3 for 14 in the Yankees series.
Slider.
And a wave and a miss for strike 3. So Stroman off to a good start. Gets the Red Sox 1-2-3 in the first. Question: which American League East team do you think is more likely to make a run at the postseason, the Blue Jays or the Orioles? Text 1 for the Blue Jays, 2 for the Orioles. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. 1 message per vote. They both have identical records right now, 42 and 49 and are 9 games back.
Kid's a really relaxed pitcher. I never was talking to my pitching coach after the first inning. I was locked in. You can't do that with everybody.
He was pretty locked in that first inning. So on to the second, 2-0 Toronto. It'll be Pierce, Pilar, and Barney, bottom third of the order against Rodriguez. Eduardo 1-3 lifetime against Toronto, a 6.35 ERA in 6 outings. Pierce 271 with 7 homers. He's driven in 20. Going after the first pitch. Skies a high fly, but fouled on the left field line.
Boy, you got to be careful in there. These guys are ready, man. They hit that fastball.
They've hit 122 home runs, right in the middle of the pack in the American League.
I mean, let's face it, these guys used to be scary. You know, you think about Encarnacion, they did sign him. They missing that big bat. But they haven't scored runs at all, not even close to what they used to be.
That one high and deep to left. If it's fair, it is gone, and it is gone. Pierce just clubbed it out of here for his 8th home run to make it 3-0.
Yeah, you can't half step in there. You just can't half step 90 miles an hour. These guys are ready to launch. You almost got to waste it, and you can't throw a strike in there, and he throws a strike in there. You know, almost middle, and Pierce had a good hack at the first pitch, and then you see what he did with the second one.
So Toronto already has as many runs in an inning plus as the Yankees got in their last 2 games here at Fenway. Here's Pilar, 251 with 10 home runs. I mean, Pierce was swinging from the fences on the first cut and the second cut. You're right about Toronto. That's their style. I thought they did a really good job replacing Encarnacion with Smoke the year that he's had. 24 home runs. Imagine what they'd be like if they had held on to Encarnacion.
Right.
But then again, Bautista and Russell, Martin, for example, and Donaldson have not had the kind of years they had last year.
Yeah, you can't help but think they're getting a little old, right? I mean, Bautista, you know, he's getting up there now, 36 years old. And Martin, he's getting up there. You talk about a guy who's catching for a long time. That takes its toll on you.
He's been a darn good catcher.
But they got Morales because they had to hurry up and sign somebody if they couldn't get Encarnacion, and that's why they did that in a hurry.
And he's hit 17. He's had a solid year with 49 RBIs.
I mean, he's still scary now. Joey Bats can leave, I'll tell you, especially in Fenway Park. I mean, it's his greatest place he plays.
Well, there was some talk about perhaps the Red Sox pursuing him at the end of last season, but they did not, and did not go after Encarnacion. He wound up with Cleveland. 41 home runs against the Boston Red Sox in his career, number 1.
Oof.
And the 2-2. Toronto's problem is not one problem. It's a lot of problems. Their pitching hasn't been nearly as good as they hoped. They're in the bottom 3rd in the American League in ERA. They've not fielded the ball well. We mentioned all the errors that they've been committing lately, and they're only hitting .243 as a team.
They had a good rotation last year, remember? That sort of made them solid.
Sure did. Last year, 3-2. Little number out from behind. Vasquez spinning, got him. Very smoothly done to get Pilar for the first out of the inning. Now, tired of waiting in line to enter Fenway Park? The MLB.com ballpark app. You can use that. The electronic ticket feature will get you through the mobile ticket fast lane. Stop waiting and download the ballpark app today. One down for the number 9 hitter, Darwin Barney, at .227 batting average with 2 home runs.
You know, we're going to see Jay Happ tomorrow, the left-hander that won 20 games last year. He hasn't been the same guy. I mean, they had it going on. Sanchez had a great year for them. We'll see him the next day. Oh,
another high D drive and foul up and over the right up against the Coca-Cola logo up there.
I mean, that's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball that time, and they are ready.
This is a guy who's hit 2 home runs.
And one of them, he's taken him deep, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Yep. Tag to right field, driving back Mookie Betts. 2 down.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC, Johnny Gomes, and Jim Rice will break down tonight's game. And you'll hear from Eduardo Rodriguez and John Farrell. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but WB Mason.
Johnny Gomes.
Johnny Gomes. I got to stop me in my tracks right there.
I am looking forward to hearing Johnny. Great to have him back in town.
He can hit some walk-off pieces, man. Remember that year? He was unbelievable.
In there for striking Bautista, and a heart and soul guy, and the Red Sox drive to the World Championship in 2013. One of the band of bearded brothers. A special season.
That was magic. I mean, some of the balls he hit out.
I'll tell you the other thing about Johnny that was so impressive was the eloquent way that he expressed himself for the entire ball club after the marathon bombings, and you know, he was a regular at his locker every day, and so many in the press went right to Johnny because he had a special way of saying what needed to be said.
Yeah, that's such an important part, let alone in a season like that.
Oh yeah, he was terrific. Remember that bomb he hit in St. Louis, that blast there, that was something else in the World Series. Red Sox needed that. That was moments after Big Papi had the speech in the dugout too.
He hit it off that sinker baller. I'm trying to remember his name. Manis.
I'm impressed.
Yes, got it. I think that's how you pronounce his name. 3-run Johnson.
2 down, bases empty. Red Sox are down here 3-0 to Toronto.
I remember the walk-off balls he hit out. Threw his helmet off. Everybody's going Yahoo at home plate.
3-1.
Boy, he's leaving Earth 3-1. Didn't get his fastball.
And a payoff pitch from Eduardo Rodriguez will not be made. Bautista steps out. He has struck out 92 times. He's on a career high pace. Rodriguez has already gotten him once. Coming into play tonight, the Red Sox have the American League's lowest ERA, 3.72. Lowest number of walks, number 3 in strikeouts from this pitching staff.
There they are. 3 of them. They're missing Price, but I'll tell you what, this could be the best rotation in the game.
Cut on and missed. He struck him out. So he gets Bautista for the second time. We go to the bottom of the second, 3-0 Toronto. In front 3-0. We talked about the Red Sox rotation, how darn good it has been, particularly lately. For more on that, let's go to Jemai.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. Some news came out of that today as Red Sox manager John Farrell laid out his rotation for the next 6 starts. Brian Johnson will get the start tomorrow, followed by Drew Pomeranz. And then Doug Fister, after he came on in relief in the Yankees series, he's going to pitch on Thursday. Then in L.A., it's Sale, Price, and Porcello. And he was asked about the decision to have Sale and Price go back-to-back because they're both lefties. He says the difference in delivery was a factor, and it's to separate really Price and Erod's next scheduled starts, Dave.
Okay, thank you very much, Jemai. And Red Sox with Toronto in town for 4 and then head to the West Coast for the final time this season. Mitch Moreland leading things off here in the second.
A lot of thought goes into that. You know, you talk about not having the same type of pitcher, same angle, back-to-back games. Got a lot of left-handers in that rotation.
Now with Eduardo back in there in particular. Moreland hitting .251 with 12 home runs. He'll be followed by Hanley Ramirez and then Andrew Benintendi in this inning. Mitch trying to snap out of a 1 for 11. Stroman, a guy the Red Sox really hit very well last time they faced him, and there's a base hit the other way by Mitch Moreland to become the first Red Sox to reach tonight.
Well, that's a good approach right there for Moreland. That makes him 4 for 4 off of Stroman. You try to pull that pitch, you got no chance. Look at all the room in the world there, but the perfect pitch to hit it the other way. This ball's sinking or just moving away sideways more than a sink. Stays on it.
Red Sox have scored against Toronto. They've had games already this season where they've scored 9, 10, 15 runs. So no panic falling behind 3-0. And here's Hanley Ramirez at .259 with 14 homers.
Stroman's either real good against the Red Sox or real bad. Earlier in the year that he gave up 6 runs in 4 innings, 11 hits.
Yep, that was on April 18th up there. Red Sox won that game 8-7. (2-0) on Hanley. How about this note? 38 years ago today, July 17, 1979, first time in All-Star Game history, 3 players from the same team started in the outfield. Jim Rice, Freddie Lynn, Carl Yastrzemski. It was at the Kingdome in Seattle. Tulowitzki off to Barney 1 and a double play. Something Stroman leads the majors in. He's induced 21 of those. We're just talking about it. Our timeless moment brought to you by Coors. An all Red Sox outfield, shoulder to shoulder. First time that 3 players from the same team started in the outfield in the All-Star game.
That's the All-Star game. Dave Parker threw out somebody at home plate. It was a great throw. That's what I remember about that game.
Dave Parker was a large human being.
Oh, I played with him a couple of years. He's something, man. That bat was like a toothpick. He was a funny man too.
Was he?
Oh yeah. He called me Melissa. That was my nickname. Is she gonna go do her nails? He said.
Because of the long hair?
Yeah, because he needs his blow dryer, and is she gonna go do her nails? That's what he used to say. I had to take it.
Said yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I mean, he's a big dude.
I'll
man.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, Dave.
Oh, he's something, man.
Benintendi .275 with 12 homers. You know, it is not beyond the realm of imagination that one day you could see Benintendi, Bradley Betts starting in the All-Star game in the outfield. Right?
You're right.
Stroman has some trouble with it, throws, and it skips away. And Benintendi's going to be safe at first base. Stroman had all sorts of difficulty with that one.
He had to go get it. You know, it took the ball bit. It bit on him and went the other way. It didn't, and he was just too far away from it. He had more than enough time, you thought. He had to wait for the the bounce to come down. It was up in the air for a little while, and then it stayed right there, and he had to go and get it. Almost threw it away. Well, did throw it away. See, that thing stopped, and he had to go and get it. Threw it away, but didn't get far enough away.
And it will be a base hit for Benintendi. It sends up Jackie Bradley, who made one of the great catches you will see all season long last night.
You cannot downplay, because he's such a great outfielder. People have come to thinking, well, that was an easy play for him. How could you say that? It was a spectacular play.
Taking away a home run from Aaron Judge to preserve that shutout. And Ryan Healy of the Oakland A's tweeted to Aaron Judge after the game,
hang with him.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, I told you.
He said, I know that feeling.
And I thought that was a great catch back in Oakland, but I'll tell you what, this one was right with it. The other one was a tie score in the ninth. This one was a 2-run bomb that would have made it 3-2. And the throw to first base had some hair on it.
Aaron Healy said, just stop it, Jackie. That's what he said
Yeah.
in his tweet.
That would have been a walk-off. Healy's.
The one in Oakland,
yes.
Right? According to StatCast, the exit velocity, the launch angle, meant it's a home run more than 9 times out of 10. He swings and misses for strike 3, and that'll do it for the Red Sox. Gone after 2, 3-0 Toronto. World Championship in game number 94. The Red Sox lost to Kansas City 6-5. Manny Ramirez homered. Dustin Pedroia hit 3 times, had 3 base hits in a losing effort for the Red Sox. Russell Martin starting off the 3rd inning. Eduardo Rodriguez looking for a clean frame here. Walked a man, gave up 2 hits in the first, gave up a home run in the second to Steve Pearce. Martin's been a hot hitter as of late. .345 his last 7 games with a couple of homers. And the 1-1 from Erod. And talking about that knee injury that he suffered on June 1st. Which has happened 3 different times to Eduardo. John Farrell said he is predisposed to that happening, to the movement of that kneecap. Eddie himself says it's something that happens naturally. He had the knee examined by Dr. James Andrews, and eventually he may have to have surgery to correct it. Eduardo does not want to talk about surgery at this point. He said just messes with his focus to think about that, but maybe one day. He's 24 now. Count goes to 3-2.
Didn't get that pitch, but I'll tell you what, that's got to be bothersome to think that, you know, my knee is not totally right. So he just misses that dot in that corner. I'd probably want it.
And he put him away. 94 to strike out. Martin caught him looking. So he has fan 4 here in the early going.
Well, he missed on the pitch before, but he got it there. He nailed it that time. That arm side fastball on the corner is there if you set it up with pitches inside.
So now Donaldson, before he struck out in the first inning, he nailed the home plate umpire Chris Siegel on a long follow through right on the top of the head with the bat. Siegel has shown no ill effects since that moment, but he really got hit. Toronto up 3-0 in the third.
Back-to-back changeups make him look bad. Donaldson's missed what, about 40 games this year. They missed him badly. But back-to-back, this is a good one. This ball's not even close to being a strike. Full extension, way out front, one-handed.
Popped him up. That's going to curl back out of play. Back to the Donaldson and Siegel encounter in the first inning.
Completely let go of the bat. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. Oh, he shook it off, though.
Donaldson was one of those in there to make sure he was okay. Now Rodriguez trying to fan him for the second time. Tampa Bay is in Oakland tonight. The Yankees went to Minnesota right after last night's game, after the Game 2 defeat. Red Sox leading the Rays by 3. The Yankees by 3.5 in the standings. Bases empty, one down, and the 2-2 to Donaldson.
Throw a little cutter, a little slider on the corner there.
Donaldson, the most valuable player in the American League 2 years ago. Oh, that did not miss by much. 95. Eduardo wanted that.
Boy, he aired it out too. He went to get this one. He said, I got to get it in there and I got to air it out, and he did. Just missed. He wanted it.
And a full count on Josh Donaldson.
Back outside again. You got to try to nail that corner.
He's having himself a long at bat here in the third inning with a 3-0 Toronto lead. Donaldson, an avid collector of baseball cards, and he'll pay for them too. He'll pay a lot of money for the right card. Got a piece of that one.
Boy, he's getting his cuts in. You see the velocity this inning. He's reaching back a couple 95s.
As hard as he is swinging, if Rodriguez throws him a changeup here, Donaldson may screw himself right into the ground.
Here it is. He called it.
And he skipped it for ball 4. So long at bat. Second walk by Rodriguez. MLB.tv is every night, every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live. Plus get a free subscription to At Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. That'll set up Smoke, who walked and scored in the first inning on a 2-run double by Kendrys Morales. He has been eating up left-handed pitching. 384 against lefties.
Thank goodness he kept that ball away.
Oh, and 1 on Smoke. He leads all switch hitters in the American League with those 24 homers. Eduardo looking for that double play ball. And a chopper to third, but foul. Handled by Brock Holt. Foul territory. Brock back on the roster. Zue Lin has been optioned back to the minors.
Did a nice job, Lin, up here, didn't he? Made a good impression on everybody.
Thought he really did in every way. Played solid defense. He hit the ball, got his hits. And it was a pleasure to be around. We'll see him again.
Get it up.
Foul tipped into the mitt, and he held on to get him. He struck him out.
Boy, didn't that look easy? 2 fastballs away. He tried to pull one of them, and then upstairs out of the zone. 3 pitches and a punch out. You got to make sure this ball is up out of the zone, and it is. High and away. Foul tip.
He struck out 5 tonight. Now goes after Morales, who got him with a wall ball double to score 2 runs in the first. They've added a solo home run by Pierce to make it 3-0. Hit hard and fair down the line. Going to be trouble. Donaldson heading into third base. They're going to stop him there. It's going to be a long single for Morales, but he has his second hit of the ball game, and they're on the corners.
That's the longest single. I'll tell you what, that took forever to get down there, and I was saying luckily there's 2 outs. They'll hold him up, and they did. Donaldson's not running that good either, but he gets a slider down and in, and just Holt is way off the line, and he shoots it down the left field line. This is going to go all the way to the wall. You're going to see if Benintendi can cut this thing off. But you see that Morales can't run at all. He's just jogging. Can't even think about going to second base. First and third with 2 outs.
So Carl Willis out to the hill to find out what's going on with Eduardo, because he's had base runners in every inning. He had 3 in the first, the home run in the second, now a walk and a single here in the third inning.
Stay tuned for Red Sox Final, presented by Plainridge Park Casino. TC Johnny Gomes and Jim Rice will preview tomorrow's matchup between the Sox and the Jays.
Tulowitzki now 0 for 1. He is grounded to short. Two down, but 2 aboard. And he'll lay off strike 1. He picks up the corner, according to Siegel. Rodriguez making his return to the Red Sox rotation tonight, trying to hold here in the third inning.
You see Brock Holt, just because the ball was hit down the line, he plays off the line. Tulowitzki will hit the ball the other way occasionally, but most of these guys are trying to crank.
Right now, he's just looking for a base hit against a lefty because he's only hitting 148 against left-handers.
That's horrible for him. He can rake.
One and two.
That's not a base hit swing right there. You don't see too many guys cutting it down. We got punch outs galore. 5 already here.
Big hole on the right side. Donaldson at third, Morales at first. Rodriguez has 5 Ks to this point, and really needed that one right there. He puts away Tulowitzki to strand those runners at first and third. 3-0 Toronto. Drive in July. When you make a donation of gently used professional clothing in any Men's Warehouse, you help men and women look their best as they re-enter the workforce. Learn more at nationalsuitdrive.com. Dennis Ecker's lead. Dave O'Brien and Jemai Webster with him. Bottom of the third inning, and a 3-0 lead for Toronto and Marcus Stroman. First man in against him will be Christian Vasquez, then Brock Holt. He's making his second consecutive start at third base. He started game 2 of the doubleheader last night. And then Mookie Betts. Just a beautiful night for a ball game. You know, I live in New Hampshire, and you and I were chatting about it during yesterday's game. We were supposed to be able to possibly see the Northern Lights in the Granite State last night. This one hit right at Barney, and that'll be a fast first out. I went out there late last night and never saw the Northern Lights. My wife got up about 2 o'clock in the morning because you were supposed to maybe be able to see them between like 11 and 2 a.m. She didn't see anything out there.
Are you getting up at 2 in the morning to see them?
I did not.
Did?
I did not get up at 2 in the morning to go take a look, but there was nothing to see anyway. So,
have you ever seen them?
This was supposed to be very rare. You know, the skies and the skies were all lit up with stars. So we thought, you know, maybe just maybe.
It didn't happen.
Nothing doing. So it was a real letdown. I think someone was just messing with us.
I tell you what, I couldn't move last night. I was exhausted. Right?
After all the baseball. Yeah.
But I still watched the game, but I was.
Sure. Yeah.
I just woke up. I mean, after that day game, I was done.
16 innings and then the 9 on Sunday. Those 16 will catch up to you. And the players certainly feel it.
I couldn't wait to get out of here after that day game. I felt bad for everybody. Not that bad.
Brock with good career numbers against Stroman. And fouls it away at home plate.
I'll tell you what, Stroman, I heard he said that he thought he should have made the All-Star team. And I'll tell you what, he had the numbers to do it. This guy showed me something. He missed the whole year with that ACL. Remember a couple of years ago, was it?
Yeah, yep.
Then he came on in September, won 4 games, and then went straight to the playoffs and pitched great. This kid's fearless.
Out of Medford, New York, 26 years old. Up with it, Donaldson from third. 2 down. The AIG Hurling Classic and Irish Festival returns to Fenway with a doubleheader featuring 4 of the most prominent teams in the world. In addition to hurling, the festivities will include a lively Irish festival, complete with Irish food, music, and dancing. Tickets are on sale right now at redsox.com/hurling. You mentioned him coming back from that torn ACL a few years ago, and it was a very inspirational story because he didn't just sit around and wait for the leg to heal. He was going back to class at Duke University to complete his degree while the knee was healing up.
I like the way he goes about it. I mean, he's got a lot of style to him. He really does. Chews that gum. Got the chains kicking.
Mookie 0 for 1. 17 home runs after belting one last night. And tonight, marking his 90th consecutive start. Remember, he missed a few games at the early part of the season with the flu.
Dotted it.
He got him to bite. That was well outside. Struck him out. Fast inning again for Stroman. 1-2-3 go to Red Sox. Player to bank on, presented by Capital One Banking Reimagined.
I'll tell you what, Pierce gets a fastball 90 miles an hour, not one of his good ones, and almost didn't even look like a fastball, and he lost it over everything.
8th home run of the season. That solo shot made it 3-0, and that's where we are as we begin the 4th. Well, watch it, Toronto. They are like so many other clubs that we have seen this season. The Red Sox do not fall into the category of a grip and rip team, but Toronto does. Tampa Bay does. I think many of the Yankees do. Popped up Pedroia calling everybody off, and Dustin will make that catch for the out.
Like you said, with 2 strikes, you saw Tulowitzki just, come out of his shoes 2-0. I mean, 0-2. And even Smoke, 0-2, punched out in that last inning. I mean, 6 punch outs in 3 innings. It's just par for the course.
You think of the Oakland A's.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of clubs like that.
Here's Pilar. He's 0 for 1. Hit a little dribbler out in front of the plate. Vasquez pounced on it. Made a fine play to get him. That one line to right, a slicer. It's going to drop down and bounce to the warning track. Mookie cuts it off. Here the pesky ball and fires in, but they're not going to get him. He's in for a double. So Pilar is aboard with a 1-out 2-base hit.
You think the outfielders could, Mookie could throw out anybody. Pilar can get it. He can run, and he hits this ball down the line. I was saying, just get to it so he doesn't get a triple. And he gets to it, but he spins around and he's looking to throw him out. Can't get enough on it. Hits the cutoff man, but he's safe easy.
That'll send up the 9-hitter Barney. Even though he only has 2 home runs, he was swinging for the fences in the 2nd inning before flying out to right. 5 hits now for the Blue Jays. One of the really cool parts of Jackie Bradley's catch last night to rob Judge of the home run was the reaction in the Red Sox bullpen by Matt Barnes.
Yeah, bird's eye view.
And also Dana Levangie out there. Both had priceless reactions. Dana does such a great job of this bullpen. He was fired up. Runner at second, 1 down, and the 1-1 from Rodriguez. Just missed.
All the years in this ballpark to catch a ball in that area, and then he comes out firing, and you see Barnes and Levangie.
I thought that was great.
It really was.
And the guys in the pen applauding and their arms raised up.
Everybody can appreciate that. I mean, to me, it's
Matt
spectacular.
Barnes with a priceless look on his face. Like, you got to be kidding me. And the 2-1. And him chasing.
And then Price was, smiling ear to ear, and then he went back to business and got the last punch out to end the 8th inning, and he showed some emotion. We don't see that often from him either, but he pitched so well last night. I can't blame him.
Hear what Jackie's dad said?
What did he say?
And Jackie called him later. He said, the problem is I'm used to seeing you make these plays. It's like nothing you do surprises me on a baseball diamond.
I wonder if it surprises him. I mean, you can tell when he's going to catch a ball. He lined it up. A lot of guys pull up, right? They pull up and say, well, I couldn't get there, and then it drops into the bullpen.
His ability to go to the spot where the baseball is coming down is uncanny. He's on the move here, but a much easier play into the alley. Runner will hold as the throw comes in. Barney flies out, 2 gone. Ace Ticket is Boston's trusted source for Red Sox tickets. From bleachers to boxes, Ace has the lowest prices to games at Fenway. Treat yourself for someone special with tickets to a game. Visit aceticket.com now or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Now, we talked about Ryan Healy tweeting out to Aaron Judge, hey, basically join the club. I've had that happen to me too. Did you see what Judge did though? He responded with a clip of Derek Jeter's nephew Jalen. There's a little clip of Jalen tipping his cap to his uncle with respect on the cap. And that's what Aaron Judge, he sent that out to Jackie Bradley.
Yeah.
Like, all the respect for
not?
for that catch. Very nice gesture.
Could have been home run number what, 31?
Would have been number 31. He went 1 for 18 in the series. Red Sox really pitched him tough. Here's Bautista now.
All he got was that swing and bunt.
That was it. Bautista has struck out twice. Toronto with a 3-0 lead. Pilar at second. Russell Martin on deck, a man in scoring position. Blue Jays in town for 4, and the Red Sox head for Anaheim and Seattle. Now Vasquez wants a mound visit.
Got to have some conviction here. These guys are trying to crank. Don't make a mistake.
Toronto tonight playing their 4th game of a 10-game road trip, which started in Detroit. They lost 2 out of 3. 4 games against the Sox, and then they move on to Cleveland. Given the fact they're 9 back, it's a giant trip for them. Could wind up being the end for them. That's a strike. 1-2. Erod's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. Does have the 6 strikeouts.
Pitch count up there a little bit, but one more pitcher out of this thing. 4th inning.
He's not had an easy inning yet. He could fan Bautista for the 3rd time, but he'll step off the rubber.
Yeah, a lot of stress throws early on these 4 innings. Like you said, somebody on base every inning. Hasn't been easy. Just been a tough outing for him.
His first one back. And he gets him again. Another giant swing and a miss by a Toronto Blue Jay hitter. 3-0 Toronto. Member this season, Franklin Sports donates to the Red Sox Foundation's RBI program to help revitalize baseball and softball in our inner cities. Franklin Sports is a proud partner of the Red Sox Foundation and Major League Baseball. Bottom of the 4th inning, Toronto on top 3-0. Red Sox with only 2 hits so far against Marcus Stroman. Dustin Pedroia to lead it off. He is 0 for 1. Ground ball to short. He's enjoyed facing this right-hander in the past. He's 7 for 16 off him.
Boy, he's been tough last 3 innings. We've been saying that a lot the last few days. A lot of good pitching performances, one after another. Tanaka was good last night.
Yeah, he was in taking the loss. He was outpitched by David Price.
Severino was good. CC was good. Little quick pitch right there.
The Red Sox didn't score many runs in earning that split. So the question of whether or not the Red Sox will be in the trade market for another bat is a very active topic of conversation.
He's saying, I wasn't even looking, and he quick pitched him. He didn't like that. That's what Pedroia said. He says, I wasn't even looking. Somebody could get hurt. That's the quick pitch. They don't play that.
He's trying to run his inning streak to 5 in a row. Lifts that one down the line. And fading toward the pole, but foul.
That's why I love that mic at the plate. For that, and right in particular, that saying that.
Me too. But
we
love
never
it.
would have heard that. That's huge, man.
Yep.
He in 2-0, he tried to quick pitch him, and he said, I wasn't even looking. Somebody could get hurt. Watch. Listen. See?
Someone could get hurt.
Huh? I wasn't even looking. I was all over it.
Three-2. Dribbler again, but this one's going to keep rolling foul. Stroman will pick that up or knock it down. Foul territory.
That's why I never even thought about quick pitching when I used to pitch. I thought it was like the wrong thing to do. You see it a lot now, don't you?
You talk, more.
Yeah.
I think you're
Not
doing
a
more
lot,
lately,
but yeah.
more than you have in the past,
Yeah.
because it's an etiquette thing, huh?
Right, I guess, but I never did it. But
And you didn't do it because of the etiquette.
I thought
question.
it was not right. I did. But there's so many things you're not supposed to do in this game. You get confused after a while, right?
Yeah.
But now I've been out of the game for so long, I'm missing some things here. The game changes.
Stuff you wish you could go back and do.
Yeah.
Maybe not that.
Oh.
That'll be outside, and Pedroia with a fine at bat. So he is aboard. Let's get it back to the studio. Casey, what is going on in the world of social media right now?
I know the Yankees left town, but the internet just loves trolling Aaron Judge. Plus, this is way too good to not tell you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Aaron Judge is a Red Sox fan, and we have evidence. I mean, at the very least, he did buy a T-shirt. Not sure when this was taken, but I sincerely hope prior to the Yankees drafting him in 2013. Dave Eck.
Wow, how about that? First time I've seen that.
What is that, in high school or something?
By the way, still
It's
6'7",
right.
280. If it is high school. He's a classy kid.
I'll tell you one thing. I love the kid, because, he's gotten all the attention. I love the way he's handled it, but I'm kind of tired of talking about him.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
After a weekend.
You go through the home run derby and the All-Star game and all that stuff. That was great. I mean, he was terrific.
Totally.
And then 4 games, and one of them went 16 innings. You're like, okay, I could wait a while to see Aaron Judge again.
Yes.
Oh, 1. Foul tip by Bogarts, who struck out first inning. But he is some player. Some home run hitter. Yankees in Minnesota tonight. And 0-0 with the Twins, and Tampa Bay and Oakland start about an hour and a half from now. Pedroia on at first base. First walk by Stroman. Fly ball gently to right field, and Bautista makes that catch. And Xander's 0 for 2.
Tomorrow at 6, don't miss Red Sox First Pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC Johnny Gomes and Jim Rice will get you up to speed on the latest Red Sox news and scores from around the league.
Mitch Moreland, it's not much of a sample, but he's had 4 at-bats against Stroman. He has 4 hits off him. Base hit to left field in the second inning. He went 3 for 3, drove in 3 runs when he saw Stroman in April, and no shift here.
Boy,
runner at first and 1 down.
He's due to hit a ball out of the ballpark too, huh? He was hitting him like right and left there for a while. Remember, he hit him at his first at bat like 3 games in a row, wasn't it?
Yes, he did back in June. Yep.
Yeah.
In that first at bat, 3 consecutive at bats. In 3 straight games. High chopper toward that hole. Barney flips on to get him at first base. Pedroia into second with 2 down.
Trying to pull the ball here, just hits a high chopper. You're hoping it goes over the head of Smoke, but nothing on it. Easy play for Barney.
Well, let's mark the game so far against Stroman. The Red Sox are not making hard contact. Andy Ramirez hit into a double play in the second inning, so he is 0 for 1. Red Sox trail 3-0 against a guy they knocked around the last time they faced him in April. 11 hits in 4 2/3. So far tonight, anyways, been much better.
Boy, he hits that outside corner. He's tough. Then he'll sink it. I mean, that's 6 ground balls and 3 punch outs. What you got so far. Living up to the hype of this guy. This guy is a ground ball machine.
A lot of sinkers. There's a slider, curveball, changeup, a rarely used cutter, and another ground ball to Lewitzki. Will throw him out. And retires the side. He pitches around the leadoff walk. It's still 3-0 Toronto. Day and get a free package of hot dog buns too. It's Summer Let's Grill Camp. 5th inning, 3-0 Toronto. So far, Stroman has shut out the Red Sox. We've had a lot of trouble scoring since coming back home after the All-Star break. Stroman a big reason for it tonight. Russell Martin will lead things off. He has singled and scored and also struck out against Rodriguez, who has 83 pitches. The Red Sox bullpen may begin to move around here. Donaldson on deck and then Smoke. Rodriguez back on the hill in a major league uniform for the first time since June 1st. That's over but low at 93.
Obviously, you don't want to walk the leadoff hitter here. You got to lay one in there.
Martin with decent power, taking all the way. 3-1. So this will be his 87th pitch. And tagged to dead away center. Jackie Bradley racing back to the track, turns on it and makes the play. Martin sent that for a ride. Kind of a noisy first out here in the 5th.
You got to hit it over the fence for this guy not to catch it, period. He hit this ball good. He knows what's coming, a fastball. He doesn't try to pull. He hits this ball solid to center field. Jackie has just enough room before he pulls up against the fence. Routine for Jackie, no big deal.
I saw what Mookie Betts said after he was asked about the catch Jackie made last night, and he said, I can always tell he has something he does when he's racing back on a ball like that. He is sizing up when he's going to leap for it, if he has to leap, and when he has to time that jump. But he's doing it like in mid-stride, and he said, I can tell that it's going to be a special play watching him go back on a ball like that.
Well, as a pitcher, you know, you turn around and most of the time your outfielders will let you know there's something that they do that you know they got it. You know, even though, because that's what I want to know right away when I turn around. Should I be begging or what's going on here, right? And then I calm down when you see it. And with him, you just know he's got it. He's got something that he does. Although sometimes he scares you. He acts like, oh, this ball's way back. And then he turns around and he's got it. I don't know if he's faking you out or what sometimes. He's having fun. I think he gets bored sometimes on routine fly balls.
Yeah, I thought Andrew Jones did.
Right.
I thought he got bored.
Mm-hmm.
Won 10 gold gloves.
Made it look so easy.
Not every play was going to be a gem.
Remember, he just sort of basket catch every once in a while just for fun.
Sure. Catch it in the cap. Catch it around your back. 3-1 to Donaldson. Fills up the count. He struck out and walked in this one. Rodriguez starting to close in on 100 pitches. Smoke is next.
He's not sure what he wants to throw here. He went through 4 pitches. Not real sure. What are you going to do? Down and away, but ooh, away. Yes, that's safe. Down there.
Fouled it away to hang in there. Well, there has got to be a gigantic goose egg on the top of Chris Siegel's head. Don't you think? After Donaldson nailed him with that follow through in the first inning. He's done fine back there. 3-2. Second time he's walked Donaldson.
This ball stung pretty well. You know, you talk about, oh, hello, this is the home run. Anytime he hits a ball out there, you think he's got no chance. He looked once. He thought it was gone, but he sized it up is what he was doing. He looked down, sized up the wall, and then looked back, and he knew exactly what he wanted to do. You know, it's tough to take your eye off the ball for a second to look at the wall. A lot of guys can't do that and then pick it up again and set yourself to jump.
You know it's a special play when your teammates are reacting like that. Stung up the middle, a base hit by Smoke. That'll send Donaldson to second base. And 2 more base runners. Just nothing easy tonight for Rodriguez.
Somebody's got to get up. Come on, let's go. Nobody up in the bullpen right now. Maybe somebody's stretching out there. And this is why you go out to the mound. What new? Got 30 seconds to get something happening.
Well, stay tuned after the third out of this half inning for the mid-fifth studio show with Emerson and Casey. Carl Willis out to the hill. No one warming up yet in the Red Sox pen. That is 6 hits.
That's why they needed a deep starter to go deep last night with Price going 8. You got to have that. That's huge.
Toronto needs the same thing here tonight because their bullpen got a lot of heavy work over the weekend against the Tigers. They lost 2 out of 3. And they worked 16 innings, their bullpen, in that series.
He's just getting up. They got all the time in the world out there. Wouldn't you bounce around? I'd be a little, okay, there's no urgency here.
Didn't feel like it. Abad getting up now. Runners at first and second with 1 down, and Morales, who has doubled in a pair, is also singled. 2 for 2. This will be pitch number 96 by Eduardo.
Thank you.
"17 home runs for Morales, the switch hitter. He has 179 career home runs, 3rd among active switch hitters. And a .316 average against lefties.
He's yanked the ball twice off of him. He only got a base hit last time. The ball that went all the way to the wall on the ground.
Donaldson at second and Smoke at first. More trouble for Erod here tonight. Gets in front though on Morales, 1 and 2.
The double by Morales in the first inning was a fastball. He just didn't quite get in enough. Didn't sound all that great, but meanwhile it's 3/4 the way off the wall. Funny kick off the wall, but Jackie almost threw out Smoke at the plate.
Trying to pin down Morales with a 1-2 pitch.
It's amazing to me some of the fastballs that are so far out of the zone the guys swing through. I mean, that's the pitch to me that I see a lot of. We never went upstairs like that so much.
Two on, 1 out, 3-0 Toronto in the 5th. The third, right on the line. Hole will go to second base, close there. Got him on the first, double play.
Yeah.
The key was going to be whether they got him at second base, and the umpire there, Jordan Baker, said yes. The Sox turn 2, around the horn they go. Gibbons right now holding it up to see if he might challenge something.
He's out at second, and Morales can't run a lick. This is a half an hour turn double play around the horn. He's out.
No doubt, and no challenge. Double play retires the side. And Toronto with that 3-0 lead, but the Red Sox with a nifty turn. Time for our tools of the trade presented by DeWalt FlexFold.
They got the right guy at the plate. Morales pulls the ball again in the hole. Tough play. Got to throw it all the way around the hole. Close play at second. He's out. Morales is out at first. Around the horn double play. Erod's got to love this. Gets him off the field.
It is one fast turn. Brock Holt. Nice adjustment there to backhand that along the line. Strong throw. And Dustin Pedroia with an outstanding turn. DeWalt FlexVolt, the official power tool of the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox looking for some offense. Benintendi to lead it off as an infield hit against Stroman. One of just 2 hits off the right-hander so far. Stroman in his last start beat the Houston Astros 7-2. Went 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 run. He struck out 6. He was very tough against an outstanding opponent. And he's been very tough again here tonight.
You know, Stroman, one of the good young pitchers in this division. You think about Stroman, you think about Archer, you think about Severino now with New York. Baltimore's had some disappointment with their starters. Gausman is having a bad year. Bundy, not so bad.
2-2. And a full count. His payoff pitch. And he walked him. So the Red Sox have the leadoff man aboard in the 5th inning, down 3-0. Let's go to Jemai.
Thanks a lot, Dave. You guys talked about a lot of great defense from the Sox out here, and I just can't get enough of the catch made by Jackie Bradley Jr. last night. He said he got a lot of messages from friends because the game was on national television, so a lot reached out and said it was a great play. But his other side of his friends said they weren't impressed, so he thought that was pretty funny. But he says when he grew up, he started practicing these plays, going out there and trying to mimic guys like Ken Griffey Jr. and Torrey Hunter. And each night he just wanted to be on the top 10 of highlight shows and games.
Well, he's making that happen on a rather routine basis. He lines that one into left field. That'll be caught by Pierce on the backhand. Benintendi retreating to first base.
Well, that's a tough break right there. He stung that ball, slicing away. Pierce in the right place. You're hoping the ball slices more or get down or something, but he stays up just enough for Pierce to make the catch.
Might be the best Red Sox swing of the night so far.
Yes.
And Stroman, but nothing to show for it. Vasquez next. I mean, obviously would lead you to think it's a great catch. It was a home run, but it was the situation and the opponent, the time in the game, and what it might have meant. There goes Benintendi and flicked foul on a hit and run.
This is a great guy to have at the plate, hit and run. You don't have to wait till a 2-1 count. Just make something happen. He can get the bat to the ball.
Christian 0 for 1. He's grounded to second. One for 3 yesterday over the course of the doubleheader. And for Christian Vasquez, he came into the ballgame hitting .266, but at Fenway this season .357. Stroman convinced Benintendi's going to be running again.
The running Red Sox, huh? There's that hole for Vasquez right here.
Not running this time, and a line drive knocked down by Stroman. Everybody's going to be safe on a base hit. Off the glove. That was a wicked line drive.
He got a glove on this ball. If he would have caught this ball, it would have been a miracle. Look at this. This is a bullet right back at him. Oh, my goodness. I mean, that's some quick hands right there. Just look at the reaction. Oh, you better get a hit on that.
So for the first time since the second inning, the Red Sox have a little something going on here. Brock Holt will climb in 0 for 1. He has grounded to third. Brock getting back in the lineup over the last couple of days, returning from rehab and the 60-day DL. Been missing since April 21st when he went on the disabled list with vertigo and a concussion symptoms.
He will not give him a pitch on the outside corner. It is a ball, but sometimes they're generous.
Benintendi at second and Vasquez at first here in the fifth. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Tomorrow at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. TC Johnny Gomes and Jim Rice will preview tomorrow's pitching matchup between Jay Happ and Brian Johnson. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Stroman's 1-2. Jammed him. Mookie Betts waiting on deck. Mookie's another guy like Dustin Pedroia who has handled Stroman in the past. And a 1-2.
Yeah, he can't seem to hit that corner when he wants to. He's shown him inside. If he could have dotted that corner, Holt was in trouble.
Got a double play ball in the second inning off Hanley Ramirez, his 21st. Down for it, Donaldson from a knee, throws to second, 1 on to first, won't turn 2 this time. Benintendi into third with 2 down, and a fine play by Donaldson.
That's some defense right there. If Holt hits this ball, stings this ball on a 1-hop dive by Donaldson, they throw it to second, easy out there. Barney can't turn it because Holt gets down the line out of the box, but a great play there by Donaldson.
Mookie Betts now, he's grounded out to short and struck out. Started the night 6 for 19 against Stroman.
Couple sharply hit balls, that one by Holt and obviously the one by Bradley.
Mookie had a good doubleheader. He went 4 for 8 with that 2-run homer. We'll see who's been driving the ball, presented by Toyo Tires. Against Toronto, he's hitting .429, 13 RBIs. Of course, he had the 8 RBI game against them. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Boston Red Sox. 1-1 to count.
We had 3 games in a row, right? Started with Mookie, 8 RBIs on that Sunday. The next night was Pedroia, and the next night was Benintendi. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, 3 separate star turns on that road trip. Started out so well, did not end well. Well, the Red Sox with a 3-game lead in the division, trying to come back in this one. Here's the 1-1. Popped it down the right field line toward the stands and out of play.
You think they'd come up with a plan, a new plan to get out Mookie Betts after the last game he played against them. And I've seen tonight a lot of balls away.
He's hitting .370 with runners in scoring position. He has a man at third, and Andrew Benintendi, and another man at first, and Brock Holt. One-two on the way. Back to his home run cut last night.
Tanaka threw. This might have been the only pitch he threw bad, I thought. It's a lazy slider out in the middle of the plate, and see him go out there and get it and hook it. Haven't seen that in Fenway Park. Only the 3rd home run in Fenway Park for Mookie this year. Oh.
Down he goes, strike 3, and Stroman punches him out for the 2nd time. That threat dies. 3-0 Toronto. Team is more likely, do you think, to make a run at the postseason, Blue Jays or the Orioles? Let's see where you come out on this one. 57% of you think Toronto more likely than Baltimore, both with identical records, both 9 games behind the Red Sox. Now Rodriguez coming out to pitch the 6th inning. Abad still loosening, however, in that bullpen. And it's 100 pitches and now 101 from the left-hander in his return to the rotation. Gave up 2 runs in the 1st inning on a double, a solo home run in the 2nd inning. And he's been in and out of trouble since then. So it's been a bit of a struggle.
Boy, he needed that double play ball. That was huge.
He does have 7 strikeouts tonight.
Command's been just a little off. But what do you expect?
He's not pitched for the Red Sox since June 1st. Tulowitzki has struck out and grounded out. He's 0 for 2. Pierce on deck. He hit the home run, and then Pilar. Two and 2.
Now you go upstairs for another punch out, but I wouldn't even mess inside.
I'd mess with the cotton candy, though. I really would. Why wouldn't you? Might keep you up for a while, too. It's been known to happen. Oh, big swing and a miss, and he retires him. Tulowitzki down for the 2nd time on strikes. It's number 8.
8 strikeouts on the night. You go back early on. The fastball was a pitch that everybody was swinging through. Fastball, high fastball. It's just classic. It just is. These guys just let it go. There's a changeup. That's the only one out of the 8 punch outs. Everything else fastball. Looking there to Martin. High fastball there to Smoke. High fastball to Tulowitzki. High fastball there to Joey Bats. And the last one right there. The ball kind of cut a little bit, but it was a fastball.
Pierce has a home run. She blasted down the left field line. Also popped to second. 3 runs, 6 hits for Toronto. No runs, 3 hits for the Red Sox. As offensive issues continue. The Sox will have Betts, Pedroia, Bogarts due up in the bottom of this inning. And, you know, if the offense continues to scuffle like this, John Farrell has intimated he's willing to change the lineup up. I wonder if that means Xander Bogaerts, if he continues to have difficulty making good contact, we might move out of that 3 spot.
That wouldn't surprise me. You got to do something.
And the Red Sox are 3 for their last 50 with runners in scoring position.
That's hard to do.
Against Toronto, as we mentioned, Sox have really torn the cover off the ball this year in previous games. They are 5-1 against them.
This lineup tonight, all right-handed, 9 right-handed hitters. Erod would faint if he saw a left-handed hitter right now. He wouldn't know what to do. That outside corner is his anytime he wants it. Look at him, he's out there all day. Ooh.
Just missed.
He wanted that.
Close.
Might have dipped low. Trying to dot the corner, a little breaking ball, a cutter, whatever it is, just missed.
That's a good pitch, even if it does miss.
Yes. He hasn't messed inside right now. I don't think he's going to either. Stay away.
And he walked him. So Pierce is on.
You got to go get him.
4th walk. And here comes John Farrell. So in his return to the rotation, Rodriguez goes 5 and a third. Leaves a man on. 3-0 Toronto. And Abad, who is all warmed up, will be brought in right now to take on Kevin Pillar. So we'll take the break as well. And here in the 6th inning, Toronto up 3-0, and we'll have more in a moment. Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien with a beautiful night at Fenway Park, but Toronto has a 3-0 lead. Red Sox have been held to 3 hits, so will now go to the bullpen. Bring on Fernando Abad to relieve Eduardo Rodriguez. Fernando came on to face Brett Gardner with runners at first and third, 2 outs in the 8th inning in Game 1 on Sunday against the Yankees, and he fanned him on 3 pitches. He'll get Pilar with Pierce at first base. Pilar is doubled and grounded out. In for strike 1.
Abad's got that good changeup to feature to a right-handed hitter. He'll throw the left-handed hitter too. Decent fastball. He could throw it to 93.
We can get a great split between the fastball velocity.
I'd love to see one.
And that changeup.
Upstairs with the fastball, but he's got that ephus, right? You talked about, like he kind of shot puts it. What's he do? He pushes it or something?
It's almost like he cradles it like a basket, you know, in his hand and just pushes it, flicks it at the end with his wrist.
It's unique.
It is. Nobody else really throws it. Very few have tried it. And he said he can throw it at 58, 59 miles an hour. That one 90, flick foul. 1-2.
Good run on that fastball. I'd rather have a good running fastball than having a straight fastball, I'll tell you what.
He threw it to Adrian Beltre in Texas. And I believe they had to pry Beltre out of the dirt after that swing. 1-2. Tried to hold up, and he went. Strike 3. Down goes Pilar, and they're 2 away.
Here we go again. High fastball. Can't lay off. They love that high fastball. Look at that thing. This ball is way out of the zone. Never ever was it a strike.
You know, it wasn't the night Eduardo wanted in his return necessarily, 5 1/3, but he struck out 8 and now 9 Ks by the Red Sox staff. Red Sox are number 3 in strikeouts in the American League.
Eduardo probably doesn't like his appearance, but I thought he had good stuff. I mean, he's a little off. You know, he didn't have the great command, but all the stuff was there.
Kind of to be expected.
Yeah, I mean, he had all the stuff that we want. I mean, velocity's there, good changeup. We saw the cutter. We saw, you know, everything is there.
We love to see him throwing 95, as he was several times tonight.
Yes.
Something to build on. Just having him back in the rotation with his talent and the kind of half he was having before he got hurt could be a huge lift for the Red Sox.
Oh, totally. As long as his knee, he feels good about his knee, he'll be fine. It's inevitable. The guy's got good stuff.
He's got terrific stuff. Left-hander throwing 95. Throw a changeup for a strike. Left tonight down 3-0. That's the score. Toronto with a base runner. Barney the batter. He's flied out twice. To the middle. Pedroia will get there with a backhand. Throw to first. Got him. Side retired. 1 man left. Red Sox still searching for offense, down 3-0. Dunkin', because Dunkin's iced coffee is consistently smooth and delicious. The Boston Red Sox run on Dunkin'. Bottom 6, 3-0 Toronto. Pedroia, Bogaerts, Moreland looking to do something against Marcus Stroman. Comes in 9-5, 3.28 ERA. He's been pitching very well lately, and he's doing it tonight. He's allowed just 3 hits. And they've all been singles. Pedroia with a ground out to short and a walk. First time up, Pedroia was upset by a quick pitch from Stroman. That was back in the 4th inning.
Right, last time up, 2-0 pitch. He quick pitched him, and he wasn't even ready to hit. And he took offense to it. He really did. He shook his head and then said, "Hey, somebody's going to get hurt. I'm not ready."
Ground ball backing up is Barney from shallow right to set him down. 1 away. I think you're right, though. I love the microphones.
Yes.
It's an added element that baseball could really use. I mean, to be able to hear occasionally what's going on in the field. I don't think you have to hear everything necessarily.
No, we'll just edit it.
There's language involved, but I think that when you get a chance to really hear conversations like between umpires and hitters.
But that right there was perfect. You know, no one saw that.
Right.
Really.
Well, you did.
I did, only because the guy quick pitched, and I don't like that.
Here's Bogaerts. Xander has struck out and flied to right. His average has tumbled down to 298. He needs a hot streak badly. As we said at the top of the broadcast, you know, against Stroman, you liked his chances because he was 10 for 20 against the righty.
This guy does a lot of funny things. You know, you see him out there, he pauses for a while sometimes. He'll hold his leg up. He does a lot of different things. And the quick pitch is one of them.
One. Stroman was a talented point guard in high school. Says basketball was his first love. So he said it was the thrill of a lifetime when during the NBA All-Star Weekend in Toronto a couple of years ago, he was in a restaurant with his family, and Charles Barkley was there, the Hall of Famer. He called Stroman over to his table. He said, "I couldn't believe he knew my name, who I was." Came over and complimented him.
How did he know him?
Watching television. You know, Charles is a big sports fan.
He really is. Charles knows a lot.
And a big basketball fan. And the story came out, as we mentioned earlier, Stroman went to Duke and rehabbed his knee while he was in class, and sometimes watching the Blue Jays on his iPad while he was in class, coming back from that knee injury. And Sir Charles really loved the story and came over and complimented him, and called him over to his table and complimented him. It was a thrill of a lifetime for Marcus Stroman to meet him. 3-2, popped him up, foul, back out of play.
This kid doesn't lack any confidence, and you got to have it. I love it. I mean, mound presence and how you carry yourself is a big deal. Think they're going to see this 3-2 pitch?
I would bet not.
All right.
Little flare. Barney there to make the play. And Xander Bogaerts is 0 for 3. 2 down. Red Sox Showcase, Red Sox Virtual Reality, and the Virtual Reality Home Run Challenge are now available for your next event. For information, email Red Sox Showcase at redsox.com or call 617-226-6900. Not many hard hit baseballs tonight for the Red Sox. Moreland has singled. He's also grounded out to second. Stroman's allowed only 3 hits. Moreland gave the Red Sox a lead on Friday night with a sacrifice fly. Drove in the lone Red Sox run.
That's a strike. This kid's not a tall kid, so he doesn't have that leverage. He's got to make the ball work.
And a 2-0. Buried it. Marlins sac fly came in the 16-inning game. It was the only run the Red Sox would get. And they were shut out the next day. Came back at 3 runs the next day. And getting shut out so far tonight here into the 6th inning.
You know, you hate to say it. Oh, this kid's got good stuff and he's throwing the ball good. You get tired of that sometimes, but it's a fact. He is throwing the ball well.
3-2. Ramirez hoping to bat in this inning. Hanley's on deck.
That fastball is a combination of 2-seamers and 4-seamers. More 2-seamers. Looks like a cutter here, slider.
Foul that one away. Off his foot. Mitch, of course, continues to play with a fractured big toe.
You wonder if that plays into something. Guy didn't say anything about his injury.
Yeah, he's not one to say anything, but you have to wonder. 3-2 coming. Struck him out. And another powerful inning by Stroman. He gets the Red Sox in order. In the second half of the season, you can import the NESN Red Sox calendar into your favorite device's calendar today. You'll get automatic updates, game reminders, and more. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import that schedule right now. Sox at Fenway for 3 more games after tonight, then on to the West Coast. Top half of the 7th. Jose Bautista's had a rough night. Red Sox have struck him out 3 times. That was all Eduardo Rodriguez. Finished up after 5 1/3, getting back into the rotation. First time since June 1 tonight. He allowed 3 runs, 6 hits, struck out 8. He also walked 4 men. It's Hembry loosening in the pen.
I think with this right-handed lineup, you'd have a right-hander coming into this game, not Abad, but been holding his own against right-handed hitters.
Martin on deck.
There's that EFA 67.
That's the harder one.
Is it that little push piece?
You can throw it for a strike.
Parachute ball never gets there.
Right-handed hitters 269 off him. Lefties 184. Facing a bod. And a 3-2 pitch to Jose Bautista. And he got him. He struck him out, his 4th strikeout of the ball game.
That's how it's going for Bautista tonight. His 4th punch out. This one the first time looking. A backdoor curveball. I don't know if it catches the corner or not. Never really breaks much. Dips a little at the end. Is it outside? He kind of pulled it over a little bit, Vasquez, but hang with him.
Red Sox have struck out 10 Blue Jays tonight. Here's Martin, a single, a strikeout, a fly to center, 1 for 3. 3-0 Blue Jays in the 7th. This is the 7th meeting of the year between these two division rivals, but the first one at Fenway.
Here we are after the All-Star break. They finally get here. Weird schedule. See them a lot in September, I think.
You see them in 2 different series. Here's the weird part. Both series in September are here at Fenway. The 4th through the 6th and the 25th through the 27th. Red Sox will end the season at home against Toronto and Houston. Regular season ends on October 1. What will the standings look like then? Red Sox in first place, 3 games up on Tampa Bay, 3.5 over the Yankees. Looking more and more like a 3-horse race, if it's going to be a race.
New York losing again tonight.
Liner, Betts closing, Mookie down to get it. That's a fine play in right field for the 2nd out. Tune in to Ness on August 15 and 16 for coverage of the WEEI Ness and Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon presented by Arbella Insurance Foundation. Arbella Insurance Foundation, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good.
You can't throw anything out in right field. He's going to get to it. He waits the longest time and he catches it way down low. Doesn't have to leave his feet. Pitchers appreciate that, to say the least. You got to admit, we have a sound defensive team. Now that third base has been sort of taken care of over the last 45 game, whatever it is. Still wonder what they're going to do.
Popped up. Vasquez puts that away. That was 64 miles an hour to frustrate Donaldson. Abad looking sharp. 3-0 Toronto.
Talk about putting the leather to him. I tell you, that's the play we'll remember for a long, long time. And then Marrero, he's done this. See Mookie on that dive. It's a beautiful thing. Benintendi off the wall. And that spectacular catch by Jackie. A lot of great defensive plays we've seen over the course of this year.
Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball, and the Boston Red Sox. The season didn't start out that way. The Red Sox were a poor defensive team in April. A lot of errors at third base, but not many lately. In fact, one of the better defensive teams in the game over the last 6 or 7 weeks.
And the outfield, great outfield.
Bottom of the 7th, 3-0 Toronto. Stroman has been cruising. He gets Hanley Ramirez to begin the inning, and then Benintendi and Bradley. And a 1-0 from the righty. Gently hit to short. Tulowitzki's been a busy guy tonight, and he's made all the plays. One away. Time now for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's TC. Tom, thank you so much. Benintendi now. He has an infield single, and he's taking ball 4. Trying to mix it up there by bluffing a bunt. Donaldson drawn in at third base. At this point, the Red Sox would take a bunt hit.
We already got one, a little swinging bunt. Benintendi his first hit.
Yep, there's that. An opposite field single by Moreland and a base hit by Vasquez. His pitching line brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. So just the 3 singles. Fly foul out of play.
He almost caught that bullet by Vasquez. That would have been some kind of catch.
That was the hardest hit ball tonight.
Yes.
And he got a glove on it. It was in and out of the glove.
Almost a highlight piece. We've already been through that. Somewhere along the line.
Somewhere along the line.
Yeah, one of those games.
And a 1-2. Roped into right field. That should be extra bases. Bautista over to cut it off the wall, and it's a double, and the Red Sox finally have an extra base hit with 1 down in the 7th.
2 for 2 for Benintendi tonight. He gets a slider down and in, and hits a ball solid down the line. You know, this is a double from the get-go. Slider that just doesn't do much. It stays right there. It's supposed to go down and in, but what a sweet swing that Benny's got down the line. You can mess it up down there, but Joey's got more than enough time. He shows off his gun.
14 doubles for the rookie. Jackie Bradley had one of the better swings of the evening off Stroman when he lined one a slicer to left. It was caught by Pierce. He's also struck out. Got jammed on a topper to first. Smoke gets the feed there. No, he didn't. He's safe. He came off the bag. Benintendi safely into third.
Stroman couldn't find the bag. He just couldn't find the bag. Smoke sort of gave him a fake pump. He didn't give him the ball right away so he can find the bag. Watch this. He just doesn't give it to him. It's like, give me it. And he just doesn't give it to him, and he finally does, and he can't find the bag. He did not find the bag. This is a huge play.
We'll see if they challenge it. Well, I couldn't tell.
I don't think he had the bag. He got it after the fact, but watch, where is he? Can't find it.
And you know what?
Find it.
He did not, and the giveaway was he jabbed at it again.
Yes.
By then, Jackie was well past the bag.
Smoke didn't give it to him.
So that'll be an error on the pitcher. And they're safely on at first and third. Best scoring chance in a long time for the Sox. That'll bring up Vasquez, who has singled and grounded to second. Boston trying to get back in it here in the 7th.
We got to take advantage of that.
At all costs, the Red Sox have to stay out of the double play. Ball one.
We got our contact guy at the plate. We don't want a double play ball. How about that catch?
Vasquez didn't like it, but called a strike by Siegel.
He just caught it terribly. I mean, I think it was a strike. He just caught it bad. This ball runs in. Does it catch the bottom of the strike zone? I think it might be a strike, but you see, just swiped it right out of there. You see that from the side, you think, man, that ball, that's a ball. See, that was a strike. I mean, it caught the zone.
1-1 on Vasquez. 2-1. Red Sox have managed to score in only 2 of the last 37 innings.
Well, maybe they have a nuclear inning in them right here.
They've had more of those against Toronto this season than anybody. Activity in their bullpen for the first time tonight. 2-2.
Get this crowd into it a little bit here. First and third, nobody, 1 out, excuse me. We need some action.
Dominic Leone now throwing in their bullpen, a right-hander. These great big crowds over the last several ball games have been dying to roar.
Yes. They forgot how to do it.
Poke foul and hang in there.
Boy, he got to that. I don't know how he put a bat on this. This ball's way outside. I mean, he's leaning across the plate to just foul tip this ball. It's that put away pitch that he's had against some strikeouts that we've seen earlier against Mookie Betts, Bogarts.
He has struck out 5. 2-2. He's running full.
Boy, it's easy to get hit with that pitch after trying to foul that ball off way outside. Here we go. Here we go.
Three-two runner at first goes, and he walked him. And the bases are loaded. Vasquez taking ball 4. Sox have a man at every base now for Brock Holt. And for every Red Sox hit in July, Echo Store Technologies donates $50 to the Massachusetts Down Syndrome Congress. That helps ensure individuals with Down syndrome are valued. Echo Store Technologies, your data center solutions provider. Pete Walker, their pitching coach, a very quick conversation. And the best scoring chance tonight easily for the Red Sox against Stroman will bring up Brock Holt, with Benintendi at third, Bradley at second, Vasquez at first. And exactly 100 pitches for the right-hander from Medford, New York. And many standing up at Fenway. He'll take ball 1.
This is what home field advantage should be about, getting loud.
I showed you Brock Holt with 1 career grand slam. That came against Toronto at Rogers Center. Fly ball left center field on his horse Pilar. He's calling off Pierce. He'll make the play, tagging up Benintendi. He'll be in to score. The Red Sox are on the board. That'll make it 3-1.
Well, they finally broke through, but you're a little greedy. You want a big inning right there, and he wanted a ground ball, got a fly ball, but that's limiting the damage by Stroman. He's pitched so well to Mookie Betts. You think Mookie Betts would be due.
And Mookie tonight with a pair of strikeouts. He's also grounded to short. So thus far, Stroman has had his number. Jackie Bradley at second. Vasquez at first. A run in to make it 3-1.
Don't be afraid to hang something right here.
And from the set. Popped up. Twisting foul and out of play. Coming into tonight, in 6 games against Toronto this year, Betts was 12 for 26. He had scored 10 runs, 2 doubles, 3 homers, and 13 RBIs. The most by a Red Sox hitter against any team this year in the RBI category. One ball, 1 strike.
Boy, he's featured everything away to Betts.
And slider in particular. And a couple of times Mookie has chased it. Chopper foul, 1-2.
Can't seem to lift that ball. 94 down, a little 2-seam down. It's time to hang a slider 1-2.
Runners lead at first and second. Line shot, base hit. Bradley charging to third. He's going to be waved in. He will score. And the Sox are within 1.
Well, he didn't get a slider. He got a fastball and he smoked it into left field. Pierce is playing so deep. You see the fastball. He didn't get it away. Well, caught too much of the plate. He rips this ball into left field. Got to Pierce in a hurry, but Pierce is playing so deep he's got no chance. Jackie's going to score easy. They got 2 back.
And Gibbons is heading to the mound here, so he's going to lift Stroman. Red Sox finally reach him. He committed an error as well, unable to get to that bag at first base. That was a key play, and out he comes. Leone coming in, and we'll be back with more in just a moment. At the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center here at Fenway, the first aid station. That's behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. Visit bidmc.org. So Leon out of the bullpen. He's out of Norwich, Connecticut, and Norwich Free Academy. Taking on Dustin Pedroia with 2 on and 2 out. 2 runs in, and he rips that one toward the wall. Headed for the wall. It's off the 10. Here comes Vasquez. Here comes Betts. Here's the throw home. He is out at the plate. John Farrell is up just in case. He might challenge it. Red Sox have tied it, and he's decided not to.
Perfect throw by Tulowitzki.
The low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Ford Trucks, build Ford tough. The official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. Toyota's website for deals. Buyatoyota.com. Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. And by Mazda. Driving matters. Mookie Betts just gunned down at home plate. The Red Sox have tied it. Mookie did run through a stop sign, but it took a great throw to get him.
I mean, absolutely. What a great throw by Tulowitzki, but you got to give it a go. I know he went through the stop sign, but it took a perfect throw to throw him out. And Leon tried to throw a fastball to get ahead. Meanwhile, Pedroia hits it off the boards out there. Gets to Pilar. He hits the cutoff man. You see Tulo gets it. He runs through the stop sign. One hop paint. He throws him out. Pedroia anxious, first pitch, gets it, drills it off the wall. Pilar hits the cutoff man like he's supposed to. And look at the gun right here. One hop to Martin, out.
Tulowitzki having a great game defensively, but the Sox have just put up 3 as we move to the 8th inning. And they have tied it up as Heath Hembree comes on to take on Smoke, Morales, and Tulowitzki. Heath in appearance number 42, so he's been used a lot.
That big air, that air was huge. Little play at first. Smoke didn't give the ball to Stroman. Couldn't find the bag.
And Stroman was charged with the error. Smoke in this one as Walk struck out and single. Scored a run in the first inning. When they got 2, they got another run in the second, but nothing after that. Rodriguez started tonight. Eduardo back on the hill for the first time since the 1st of June. He went 5 1/3. He will have no decision. Green lighted on 3-0, and he flicked it foul.
Oh, that ball, luckily that ball was away out of the strike zone. He's trying to crank right there. You know, Hembree has trouble with left-handed hitters. They're hitting 351 off of him. That's the only problem he's had, really.
Smoke's having a great individual year with 24 home runs, and now he'll take ball 4, so he's on base for the 3rd time.
That's something that Hembree really doesn't do, walk guys, especially the first guy of the inning.
Shop Jordan's Furniture now, and you can save twice the sales tax on anything you buy. Get up to 72 months no interest with equal payments and no minimum. See Jordans.com for details. That'll send up Morales. He's doubled in a pair of runs. He's also singled and bounced into a double play. Rips that one toward the alley. Bradley to cut it. Rounding second, heading for third, Smoke. He's there standing up. And here come the Blue Jays right back at the Sox. First and third, nobody out.
Morales has had a big night tonight, except for the double play ball, which was huge around the horn, but he hits a bullet in the gap right here. Little cross seamer. Strike one, but he goes to work on it in the gap. Smoke goes from first to third. He can't really run all that well either, and you know Morales can't, but there's nobody out. Men at the corners.
Carl Willis marching out there with Tulowitzki the batter. Due up next. Red Sox have just tied it at 3-3. CVS Health is investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives, moving us one step closer toward a tobacco-free generation. Learn more at cvshealth.com/be the first. And it's Robbie Scott working in the pen. Ryan Tepera throwing in a Toronto bullpen.
Yeah, the Red Sox will play back, give them a run, or halfway. They're playing halfway.
Playing umpire Siegel trying to get John Farrell's attention. And they have brought in a runner at third base for Smoke. That's Carrera. So he was alerting the Red Sox manager of that change.
Yeah, the Red Sox trying to cut off this run.
Tied up 3-3 here in the 8th. The Red Sox have had a man cut down at home plate, which would have made it 4-3. Hembree's 1-0. Popped him up on the infield. Pedroia and Moreland. Pedroia calls him off. That's a big first out.
Oh, that's a huge out. Tulo trying to lift is what he's trying to do. Big out pop up. Beautiful. Looks like a slider that doesn't do much. It stays right there, and he just pulls off.
And Dustin Pedroia taking charge, calling off Moreland. So now double play can get Hembree out of this. So he gets Tulowitzki. Pierce is a guy who loves to hit the ball in the air, and he did that a long way in the second inning with a home run down the left field line, totally out of Fenway. He's also popped up and taken ball 4. We're in the 8th inning, locked up at 3. Trying to check the appeal, no swing. Mike Everett says ball 1.
Hembree's having trouble with that breaking ball he threw to Tulo. Wasn't very good, and that cutter didn't do anything right there.
2-0. Ezekiel Carrera at third base is very quick.
Yes, they're playing back. They want a double play ball. Some biter down, something down.
Oh, fouled off the catcher. That one got a piece of Vasquez.
Breaking ball doesn't break. Once again, it's right there. He's out front though. Foul tips it. It bites Vasquez.
Toughest place to be tonight is behind home plate.
Yes.
The umpire got it early. Chris Siegel.
Big pitch.
2-1. Left it low. So a good count for the hitter.
Pilar,
3 balls, 1 strike.
Pilar on deck. They've got a couple left-handed hitters too. And Montero that they got from the Cubs, and they've got Ryan Goings.
Although Montero's 0 for his last 17.
Hello.
4 for his last 33.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Slider, get it down.
He did as commanded.
Yes, he did. He took a little off, got him out front. 3-1 slider. It's not biting, but he was out in front of it. There's a money pitch here. Back-to-back money.
Base hit into left. Carrera in to score. That unties it. 4-3 Toronto.
Well, they saw enough of those sliders. I mean, a ton of sliders.
As the old saying goes, nothing good ever comes of a leadoff walk, right?
Yeah, once again, slider it's just not biting. And he'd seen it before. He goes out there and hooks it. Hit it firm, but you got to have it right at somebody to turn it.
So Carrera scores, the pinch runner. He ran for Smoke, who had taken ball 4 to start the inning. And now Pilar, who has gone 1 for 3 with a double. Toronto back in the lead. They're going to bring in another runner. This will be Goins to run for Morales at second base. So Ryan Goins to run. Morales with a good night, 3 for 4.
Yeah, he swung the bat good tonight. He really did. They got Pilar up here. Pilar swings at everything.
Runners first and second with 1 away. He is 0 for 7 lifetime against Hembree. And strike 1. Red Sox in the bottom of the inning have due up Bogarts, Moreland, and Ramirez. This one is in the hands of the bullpens. And the Red Sox have a big advantage in that regard. Certainly have this season. 1-1.
Well, Toronto's bullpen's been awful this month, in particular, close to a 7 ERA.
And lately it has been heavily used. He got a long start from Stroman as he pitched into the 7th inning, 6 2/3. You're right about him swinging at everything.
He loves to hack. He can't wait to swing.
Goins at second. And Pierce at first. Down he goes, hacking. Strike 3. And there are 2 away.
Well, that was a perfect pitch. 95 on the black. Had some carry on it too. That ball just jumps right at the end. Just a little hump right on the corner. Beautiful.
Here's the number 9 man, Darwin Barney. He's flied out twice and grounded to second. 0 for 3. 2 for 3 in his career against Heath Hembree. Tickets are still available for the Boston Bruins Harbor Cruise on Wednesday. All net proceeds will benefit the Boston Bruins Foundation bike team and the Mass Challenge, the Pan Mass Challenge. Visit bostonbruins.com/harbor cruise to purchase yours today. You must be 21 or older to attend. And the 0-1 to Barney.
That leadoff walk is sort of haunting Hembree right now.
One strike pitch. He's not throwing a ton of strikes. He's throwing 20 pitches, only 10 strikes.
And then he'll go boom, 97. I mean, he's got hair, literally. He's got that fastball. He always does. He got hurt by a little slider. Look at that thing. 97. Hello.
He was late.
Hello.
1-2 on Barney. Hembree trying to make it back-to-back strikeouts.
Why not do that again? You don't want to make a mistake with that slider.
Back to the slider, 92.
That's the hardest cutter I've seen. He's already yanked it because he wanted it upstairs. He just pulled it. I don't think he was trying to throw a cutter. Vasquez was sitting upstairs.
They'll have a conversation.
Yeah, hello.
Will not be about hair products. 1-2. Bautista on deck. He struck out 4 times tonight. Foul tipped in the mid, held by Vasquez. Right back to 97.
Boom.
However, Toronto is back in the lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th. 4-3 Blue Jays. Stadium on Friday when the Paw Sox host the Norfolk Tides. Receive a David Ortiz replica jersey courtesy of Nesson, Dunkin' Donuts, and Supercuts. To purchase your tickets, just visit pawsox.com. Some changes here. Carrera stays in the game to play left field. And Pierce will move from left over to first base. So Smoke is out. And the new pitcher is Tepera. Been pretty tough to hit. He throws a lot of innings too. 366 earned run average. Right-hander will get Xander Bogaerts to start the bottom of the 8th inning. Red Sox are trailing 4-3. Xander trying to reach for the first time tonight. He has struck out, fly to right, and popped to second.
This guy's got some pretty sneaky gas too. 96 out of his hand. He's got a lot of innings, like you said. 3rd in the American League with 46, almost 47 innings.
Tepera gave up a home run on July 6th against Houston. His first home run since April. He'd gone 38 2/3 without allowing a homer. So he's difficult to hit out. Moreland on deck, and then Hanley. Red Sox rallied to score 3 in the bottom of the 7th. To Hopper to Donaldson. 1 man out. For every Red Sox home run this season, Speedway will donate $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Now through the end of July, use your Speedy Rewards card when you purchase any size fountain or frozen drink for 69 cents and get an entry code to win a VIP experience. Moreland is 1 for 3, a base hit in second. Since then, a ground out and a strikeout. And to dance a bit, ball 1. Shift on for Mitch. Might be the first time they've done that tonight with him. Hit a base hit to left in the 2nd inning.
Well, they've kept Donaldson right where he hit that base hit, really.
Tried to hold, but that's a swing and a miss. 1-1.
Yeah, he went. Siegel's a little stingy on that fastball away all night.
Hard hit, but foul into the tarp. Red Sox are going to bring the left-hander Brian Johnson back to the big league rotation, and he will pitch tomorrow in Game 2 of this 4-game series. He'll be pitching on his normal rest.
He left the game, what is in Houston, wasn't it? Was it Houston when he left the game? Last time we saw him.
With that shoulder injury. Pomeranz to go on Wednesday. Chris Sale on Thursday afternoon. Johnson's injury came at Philadelphia.
My bad.
And the 2-2.
Ooh.
I passed him at 96, and there are 2 down.
You know, so tempting right there. We've seen, how many high fastballs we've seen all night, both sides. But it works. You know, it just works. It's so tempting up there, and you can't get there. Cannot.
That'll bring up Hanley, who's gone 0 for 3 tonight. Sox been held to 6 hits. Got 3 of those in the 7th inning rally, including a pair of doubles. Tepera with very good velocity. 2 down, bases empty. Right past everybody. Stay right here after the third out of this inning for a special behind-the-scenes look at what happens in between innings. John Gibbons' team has not been playing very good baseball. He was very candid about that before this series got underway. Said we're exactly where we ought to be in the standings. As far as how Toronto's played in all phases of the game, he said. He doesn't pull any punches.
They kept trying to get to 500. They never could. You see where they are now.
Fouled back by Hanley. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Home run cut. Got a pitch to hit.
Visit NESN.com/fantasy for the latest news, lineup advice, and more on your Yahoo Fantasy League.
The Red Sox really haven't been chasing the high fastball. We've seen it from the Blue Jays all night. All the punch outs they've had. The Red Sox have been chasing that slider from Stroman.
And he belted a home run his most recent game against Toronto. That was on the 2nd of July. His 4 home runs in his last 12 games against them. Another one here would tie it again.
He's trying to tie it.
Benintendi would hit next. Bottom of the 8th, 4-3 Toronto. Tepera's 1-2. Look to check. An appeal. No swing.
Kind of flicks at it. You know, the way they can handle that bat just won't let the barrel go. Another slider.
2-2 to Hanley. Would not chase. So the count is full on Ramirez. 14 home runs for the DH. And now trying to snap a little 0 for 12.
You're staring at a guy that's trying to do damage. He's 2 outs. He's not looking for a base hit.
Crowd wants a lightning bolt. 3-2 and a big swing in 97. Red Sox have shuffled the rotation a bit. It'll be Pfister going on Thursday afternoon, and then Chris Sale starting game 1 of the road trip at Anaheim on Friday, and then Price and Porcello there.
Gives Sale an extra day, right?
Yep. Chris coming off 118 pitches, a season high, and 13 strikeouts. 2 down, 3-2 to Hanley Ramirez. Line drive and caught out of the air, caught by Donaldson. A throw on anyway, but he made the catch to retire the side. So that's all for the Red Sox. Don't go anywhere as we stay in the park. Barnes out of the bullpen. They'll get the top of the order: Bautista, Martin, and Donaldson. Bautista struck out in first, struck out in second, struck out in fourth, and struck out in the seventh. As Barnes comes on for appearance 43. Bautista's 3 for 7 off him. And they have their closer going, Roberto Osuna. And he hits a high fly into left center, backing out Bogarts. That'll be the first out. A tough night for Bautista. He is 0 for 5. As we check out what events are coming up at Foxwoods Resort Casino, including the legendary Diana Ross on the 30th of July. Heck, ain't no mountain high enough. There's Martin. He is 1 for 4 with a base hit. He singled in the first inning, came in to score on a 2-run double by Morales. The difference in the game right now is a leadoff walk issued to Smoke in the 8th inning with the game tied 3-3, and eventually an RBI single by Steve Pearce to drive him in. That made it 4-3 Toronto. On the corner, says Siegel.
We've seen a couple good hooks from Barnes.
And the 0-2. Tried to drill it on that corner but missed. Matt had that priceless reaction out of the bullpen last night in game 2, and he had that great view of Jackie Bradley making a catch to rob Judge of the homer.
That was almost a little quick pitch. He didn't really pause, right?
Joe Kelly's got one.
Yeah, everybody's got this new thing.
Joe's healthy. Big miss for the Red Sox.
Yes.
That hamstring acted up. He's on the DL, having such an outstanding season. Here's the 1-2 to Martin. Four runs, 8 hits, an error for Toronto is a key error at the time. 3 runs on 6 hits and no errors for the Red Sox. Sox have been seeing some very good pitching, and we'll see another good one in Jay Happ tomorrow night, even though he's 3-6, a 20-game winner a year ago for the Blue Jays. 2-2. And he got him. He struck him out. Martin fans for the second time, and they're 2 away.
That's a tough breaking ball by Barnes. He has that overhand curveball. This one goes sideways. Look at this. Little slider, but it's going down.
Comes Donaldson now. Walked a couple of times. He's 0 for 2. Even though he is not having a typical season for himself, mainly because of injuries, he is always a threat to leave the yard. 96 right at the knee. Three for 7 against Barnes in his career. Sox have due up Benintendi, Bradley, and Vasquez in the bottom of the 9th.
Fans, don't miss NESN Live tomorrow evening at 5:30 on NESN. We'll have a preview of the Patriots training camp. Yeah. NESN Live is presented by Cross Insurance.
We'll get you going.
Yeah.
Saw a piece the other day on a healthy Gronk back from that back surgery, looking very fit. Here's the 0-2.
We get so used to the quality pitching out of the bullpen, huh?
Yes.
I mean, you really do. It's just quality stuff. It never ends.
Red Sox bullpen number 3 in the majors in ERA, behind only the Dodgers and Cleveland.
There's no lambs coming out of the bullpen, I'll tell you. Back in the olden days, maybe, but not now.
The old days, that's where you put the guys who weren't good enough to start.
Right.
Now you get Craig Kimbrell out there throwing 100 miles an hour.
There's no
Matt
land.
Barnes throwing 96, 97.
You got it.
One, two. Wrapped to short. Bogarts, nice friendly hop. Barnes with a clean inning, gets him 1, 2, 3. It's Benintendi to lead things off. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Red Sox are down by 1.
In sports today, we'll save you time with all the latest news, including Paul Pierce's plan to retire as a member of the Celtics. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how could do.
Well, the Red Sox need 2 to win it. Down 4-3 as we go to the bottom half of the ninth inning. And Benintendi will lead it off and do so against Roberto Osuna, who could be a very tough customer. A 1.98 ERA for the closer.
The all-star Osuna. This young kid in his early career has seen it all. Postseason, all-star games.
And never walks anybody. He throws a lot of strikes. Benintendi's had a nice night. Single, a double, a run. He's also taken ball 4. Jackie Bradley on deck. Home run cut, 1-1.
Boy, he's geared up for that fastball. Got a little slider. Ball spinning just enough. Ooh.
Flicked foul to make it 1-2.
He's like in swing mode or something. After that slider in, he goes and chases that ball away. That slider was the pitch to hit, probably.
Osuna, very much like Craig Kimbrell, stays away from ball 4. Just 4 walks in 36 1/3 and 48 strikeouts.
Boy, he put down everything. He's going to the changeup. Nasty.
Struck him out. 1 gone.
See that little 3-finger turn me over, take something off, doesn't get there, strike 3.
So here's Jackie. He reached on the error in the 7th inning by Stroman and would score one of the 3 Red Sox runs in that inning. It's the only inning the Sox have scored in. When they tied it up, Toronto then went ahead in the 8th. Tag to center field. Pilar there. Plenty of room to put that away. 1 pitch, 2 down. And TC, the Hall of Famer Jim Rice, and one of our all-time favorites, Johnny Gomes, in the studio. Going to be talking about playing the left field wall, among other things. 2 good left fielders to be teed up by TC. So looking forward to that. The Red Sox are down to their last man. Here comes Vasquez. He is 1 for 2 with a single, a walk and a run. 4-3 Toronto, 2 down in the 9th. Popped him up, twisting foul, and back out of play. Martin back to the netting, but it's on top of the net. Brock Holt hoping to swing in this inning. And a 1-1 pitch to Vasquez. High fly ball into left field near the line. Carrera, he's there and onto the track, makes the catch, and that will do it. The Red Sox go 1-2-3 in the 9th. They fall to Toronto here in game 1 of the 4-game series, 4-3, and the Sox are now 3-7 since the end of that 6-game winning streak. And we'll continue to wrap up here at Fenway with more in just a moment.